You may call them disabled, but these wheelchair warriors just showed everyone on Capitol Hill just how much of a ruckus they can make when Republicans decided to steal health care away from 20 million Americans. These folks showed up to Republican leader Senator Mitch McConnell's Senate office to make their voices heard in the halls of power, and for that, they were swiftly arrested by the Capitol Police. Here, check it out.
You right? Good?
Yeah, calling the cops on grandmas in wheelchairs has to make you feel like a real dirtbag. Though I'm pretty sure McConnell is just fine with being a complete dirtbag at this point with all the naughty, naughty things he's done over the years. When asked why these folks were staging a sit-in at McConnell's office, here's how one of the wheelchair warriors responded.
I came here today because of the threatened cuts to decimation, I should say, of Medicaid and the repeal of the ACA stuff going on in secret. We're disgusted with the whole thing. Many of my friends, our community, use Medicaid to work, to live independently in the community, to be outside of institutions. And this billions and billions of dollars in cuts to Medicaid to pay for tax cuts for the richest 1,500 families in America is disgusting, and it should be alarming the way everyone's doing it. We take this as a very personal threat to our very liberty and, frankly, our lives. People are going to die if they do this.
And this woman, who you see earlier getting picked up in handcuffs and placed back in her wheelchair, lays out the case for what happened today and what's really at stake in the healthcare debate.
Who need it to live. We are a community, we are a country that depends on all of us to work together, and we don't leave people with disabilities behind to die, so I'd rather go to jail than die.
Hell yes, it is about life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness for all Americans. That's our birthright. And many times throughout our nation's history, brave women and men had to stand up and get arrested through nonviolent direct action to make our voices heard and defend our rights as Americans. Because every American should have the right to see a doctor when they're sick. It's just that simple. But sometimes it takes brave people of good conscience putting their bodies on the line to make it clear that politicians simply cannot bargain away our core essential freedoms on the altar of their political agendas. And if they cut Medicaid and repeal Obamacare and steal health care away from 20 million Americans and bring back pre-existing conditions, there will be hell to pay at the ballot box in 2018. These folks may be in wheelchairs, but they are warriors, and people with disabilities represent 1 in 5 Americans, and they vote. So go ahead, McConnell, and the legions of Republicans in Congress who don't care about people who need health care because you got yours on the congressional health care plan. Go ahead and steal health care away from 20 million Americans because you will remember the 6th of November because that's the day that the bill for your viciousness gets paid and Democrats regain control of the House. And then they'll undo all of the maliciousness that you've legislated in these last few months. I'm Ryan Clayton. This is Content News. Come back daily for the news where we're free to share the truth.